Welcome to the channel, guys. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. I'm going to catch up on what I did yesterday. I went and hung out with my friend Hershey, who belongs to my friend Melissa. I went over to her house and hung out for a while. Has some really good food. This food was amazing. It was kind of like a stir fry over some brown rice, and really enjoyed it a lot. Then I watched a really good movie called Ocean's 8. I love Sandra Bullock. She's good in this movie. You guys haven't had a chance to see it. And Mel sent me home with some freeze-dried strawberries. Morning, guys. I thought maybe while I'm doing some stuff around the van today, we would talk a little bit about things to think about before you start van life. Things that maybe reasons that you might not want to do van life. So let's talk about it. Me, the first thing that comes to mind is if you don't like small spaces, van life is not the life for you. I've always liked smaller houses. I like small bedrooms. I used to travel when I was a truck driver cross country. I didn't mind being in an eight foot cab. You know, it didn't bother me. Small spaces is great for me, but I know a lot of people have a hard time with small spaces. Yeah, I like it. But that is something to think about. If you don't like small quarters, small living quarters, van life's probably not the life for you. In a way, living in a van or a vehicle is kind of like camping. If you like being comfortable all the time, it's probably not the life for you. I mean, of course, if you have the money to build out a van the way you want it, buy a new van, build it out the way you want it, you can get pretty comfortable. And I'm pretty comfortable in my van, and it's an old van. It's paid off. You give up comforts. You give up a lot of comforts when you leave house life or sticks and bricks to a van. Like, I keep my van pretty warm in the winter and pretty cool in the summer. But if I was a traveling van lifer, that would be a little bit harder if I didn't have a good solar build out or be able to be plugged in all the time like I am now. If I couldn't be plugged in all the time, I wouldn't be able to use certain things I have. And I have pretty good solar generators. But it is just a matter of, like I said, it's like camping. The comfort zone of living in a sticks and bricks, having things just like you like it, or it feels good all the time, is hard to do. And it's harder to do in a van. Another luxury thing that you don't think about is long hot showers. I have it set up where I can take a shower in my van or on the deck, but long hot showers, not set up for that. I can take a full shower with a gallon of water. A luxurious shower for me in my van life, if I'm not at a campground where there's showers, or if I'm not going to the YMCA, a gallon or two of hot water heated up in a bucket. I heat it up in my teapot, put it in a bucket. I have a USB shower head, and I take a shower. But it's not a problem for me. I don't mind it at all. When I go to the YMCA, I take advantage of a long hot shower. But otherwise, that's a luxurious thing that some people don't think about. If you're a pet owner and you're thinking about van life, that's a big subject right there. If you're somebody that's retired and you're going to be at your van most of the time, okay, that's one thing. But you don't want to be, or if you work remotely and you can work from your van, you don't want to have your animals pinned up in a small vehicle all day or while you're working. That's just my opinion. I'm lucky. I am retired. I have cats that travel, that live with me when I go camping or driving my van to meetups or wherever. If I'm going somewhere in my van, they're with me. But I always have on my mind, so say I'm taking my van and I'm going grocery shopping. I will not grocery shop in the heat of the day if I'm driving my van, because I don't have no way to plug in the air conditioner while I'm at the store, because I don't want these guys to get hot. The cold's not so bad, but like I said, I'm a static van dweller. I stay in one spot, pretty much one area, and so it allows me to have the animals. Van life is like being a prepper in a way. You always got to prepare. Like, I need to fill up my water jug to make sure I have plenty of water. Being in a sticks and bricks, you got the water at the pull of a tap. So, but in van life, you have to make sure you're stocked up on water, especially if you're going off grid. That is, being prepared is a big thing about van life. That's what it boils down to in a way. If you have to start van life, if it's something you're having to do, not out of choice, you can do it and you can make it relatively pretty comfortable. You just have to think out of the box a bit. For me, I had to start van life pretty much because when I had to stop working due to my health, I couldn't afford to live in an apartment any longer. So this has been good for me, good for my life. I don't travel. 2 reasons. I stay local because of my grandbabies are here. And I also, it takes money. It takes, you need to have an emergency fund if you're going to be traveling. If you're going to be a nomadic, living the nomadic lifestyle traveling, you need an emergency fund to land on. And I just don't have that. But van life allows me to live within my means. I mean, things are pretty tight still. I do pay for a place to park, but at a very fraction of what it would cost to rent a place. And so I'm lucky in that way. You can definitely make van life comfortable. You can make it work for you. You just have, like I said, think out of the box. All right, guys. I hope this helps. If you're thinking about starting van life or if you're having to start van life, there's all sorts of types of van life. You know, there's the hashtag van life like Instagram where you're traveling, and there's van life as a static van lifer like I am. You can make it work. You just got to have faith and think out of the box, and you know, it'll happen. It'll work for you. And another thing to think about, if you're a person that gets lonely easy, van life can be rough on you if you're not open to meeting new people, or, you know, opening up, and if you're traveling even just local, if you're staying local, you have to be willing to get out amongst people. If loneliness is something rough for you, you have to think that, okay, I have to be out of the van. It's not living in the van, you live out of your van. And so my buddy Van Life Rocks said that one time, and it makes a lot of sense to me. And another friend of mine, Box Van D, she was saying in van life, everything's a little harder to do. You do everything the same. You clean, you take showers. Everything just takes a little bit more time, and it's a little bit more hard. But it is definitely a lifestyle that I love to live. And I'm very happy, and I feel fortunate to have this van, and fortunate to have the chance to live this way. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace out.